starting lineup. The NBA said someone who had contact with him earlier Friday had an inconclusive test, but then he was cleared to play and came off the bench in the first quarter. His first time coming off the bench in 867 games. Bruce Brown inbounding, gets it to Durant for an easy dunk, and then James Harden to Durant. Fadeaway jumpers working. Nets still down 8, though. About a minute later, Nets down 9. Harden swings it to Durant for the three-pointer. Durant had 8 points in the first half. Nets trail 67-63. His streak of 166 games in double figures ended because early in the third quarter, during a review of a foul call, Durant informed by a Nets employee that he's been deemed ineligible to play in the game after initially not being able to start the game. The person who came in contact with him returned a positive test. So now back to the action. 2:35 to go. Raptors down 1. Pascal Siakam shot 12 for 23. Raptors with a 1-point lead. Buck 35 to go. Siakam. Raptors go up 3, looking for a third straight win. Time winding down in the third, game tied at 90. Siakam got a big size advantage on Kyrie Irving and just muscles him. Siakam 15 in the third quarter, 33 for the game. Raptors by 2. Fourth quarter now. Raptors down 4. Kyrie Irving handling it. Siakam takes it away from him, pushes it ahead to Kyle Lowry. Monster game from Kyle Lowry. 6 of 9 from three-point range for him. Then later with the Raptors down 2, Lowry finished with 30. And as Lowry was pouring it on, Durant tweeting, "Free me." And the Raptors up 1, just over 3 minutes to go. Lowry, it was Fred VanVleet last game for Toronto with a scoring outburst. This time it's Lowry. Under 2 minutes to go, the Raptors up 3. Norman Powell, they'll get it around to VanVleet. He was 1 for 9 from 3, had just 11 points after the 54 on Tuesday. But the Raptors win at 123-117. Here's Adrian Wojnarowski on Durant.
There was an associate of Kevin Durant, someone who he had spent time with and had been around earlier today, who returned an inconclusive test for the coronavirus this afternoon. Initially, the Nets and the league pulled him about 15 minutes before tip-off, but because the test was inconclusive, the league allowed him to go back into the game shortly after tip-off, and then when that individual later in the evening returned a positive test, then Kevin Durant was pulled out of the game. I'm told now he will not travel with the Nets to Philadelphia. The Nets play the Sixers on Saturday night there. And now Kevin Durant goes back into contact tracing.
Oh, boy. Contact tracing. Durant matched up with 9 different Raptors in the half court on Friday. His proximity to those players varied, but Pascal Siakam and Stanley Johnson saw a lot of Durant in his 19 minutes of floor time. Durant was also seen talking to referees up close throughout the game, and it doesn't help that he shared a locker room with all of his teammates either, so this could be a conundrum now for Brooklyn. Here's James Harden.
That's frustrating, especially, we follow the protocols. We get tested, every single day. So I don't understand the whole thing where he couldn't play, and then he came on the court, and then they took him back. It's just a lot going on. It's too much going on. It's kind of overwhelming. The game should have been postponed. I feel like if we're talking about contact tracing, he was around all of us. So I don't understand why he wasn't allowed to play, and then was able to play, and then took back off the court. If that was the case, we should have just postponed the game.
If somebody tests negative, and then they test negative again, then again, I don't see the sense of sitting that person because of, what they see somewhere else.
Kyrie shot 28 times. James Harden shot 14 times. To me, that's a big deal, okay? I still expect them to come out of the East. I think if they come out of the East, Shaq, that's good enough. You're saying finals or championship or bust. I say finals or bust. Why should it be championship or bust?
You got to win. No. You listen. KD knows what it takes to win championships. So does Kyrie. James hasn't been there yet. It's time for him to get a championship. All that going to the front. No. He's not a young player. This ain't his first or second year. Championship or bust. And let me tell you why. So I guess James has a little problem with what I said. The first time we met, I had a problem with what you said, right? I talked to you like a man. And you know what you said to me, Stephen? You said, Shaq, you're a great player, but you haven't stepped up yet. Remember that? Remember you told me that? I cornered you. We got into a little argument. And look, you said Shaq, I love you, the most dominant big guy in the world, but you keep getting swept. You keep getting swept. You haven't stepped up yet. So he ain't stepped up yet. All that talk about, we should be uplifting brothers and all that. I uplift my brothers by telling them the truth. I'm not a yes man, okay? You ain't show up yet. So you got to win the championship. All that making it to the finals, you're supposed to make it to the finals. You're supposed to make the finals, but you're also supposed to win. I want to see some people win. Look, I wish them well. I hope they win, but if they don't get a championship this year, it's a bust.
Meantime, while that was going on with Brooklyn and Cleveland, Philadelphia was winning, and they were beating Boston, and they were doing it behind Joel Embiid's 42. And Shaq, you've gotten on Embiid to stay more consistent. I say Embiid is the MVP so far this year.
No, he's not.
And guess what? If you say Embiid is the MVP, that's the talk we want to hear from our big man. That's good. Notice I say our big man because I'm the president of the Big Man Alliance. When there's another dominant big man that does what I've done, I will move out of the way. But other than that, I'm not leaving this chair. So, I've always said 28-10 is the formula for big guys to be dominant. Of course, when you go to the playoffs, you got to add to your PPG and your RPG. But, hey, I'll take 42-10 anytime. So, Mr. Embiid, keep it up.
Keep it up all he wants to. Kevin Durant is the MVP right now, Shaquille O'Neal. The brother's averaging 30 or 54% shooting, better than 40% from three-point range. And, oh, by the way, 18-month hiatus because of an Achilles heel. He's the MVP right now.
And I saw what you said yesterday, and I agree with everything you said yesterday. The man had 18 months off, and he came back like he hasn't missed a beat. Yes, Kevin Durant is also my MVP. I have to go with Stephen A. on this one, Max.
Shaq, we're acting like there's no defensive side of the ball. Not that KD can't play defense, but if you've seen Embiid
defense
this
is
year...
overrated, Max. Defense is overrated. Stop it.
Shaq, Embiid is the closest thing the league has right now to you. And because the league is not as big man-oriented anymore, everyone thinks it's a disadvantage. He's abusing these little dudes.
Say it again. He's the closest thing to what?
To you in the league right now, as far as the big man game.
Static. I can't hear you, Max. It's a lot of static in my microphone. I cannot hear you.
Shaq, but for real, you had Penny, and Penny was great, but Penny wasn't a guard version of Shaq. Kobe was. Dwayne Wade was like Shaq great as a guard, and that's what it takes for a big to win championships. He needs another dude as good as him. Can Simmons be that guy for Embiid, do you think?
I think Simmons can be that guy. I think, Ben just needs to focus on this game. A lot of people shoot the three, do this and do that, but I think he's averaging 18, 19 points, just doing his way. Definition of a great player is making the ones around you better. So I think he just needs to stay aggressive, get to the hole. Once the defense collapses, just kick it out to you guys, and hopefully the others can step up. But every now and then he's going to have to
You got 4 championships on your resume. 3 came with the Los Angeles Lakers. Right now they're the prohibitive favorites. Do you think A, they deserve to be the favorites in light of what we've seen assembled in Brooklyn, and B, do you see anybody out west challenging the Lakers this season?
I think they do deserve to be the favorites because they're the champs. You have to knock off the champs. Anybody in the West, Denver, look, it's a lot of competitive teams out. Let me finish. It's a lot of competitive teams out there, but I don't think it's a team that can beat them in a 7-game series. A lot of
what
teams
about the Clippers? What about Kawhi?
Bro, we said that last year. So, until the Clippers beat them, it's just still the same old talk. And I get tired of watching you talk the same old talk. That's why that's like when you talk, I put it on mute. I love hearing Molly and Max talk because they speak real facts. Unlike you just be, I put it on mute. And then when the intelligent, smooth brother of Max Kellerman.
Okay. You know what's coming because I'm watching you on TNT. You know what's coming. I'm going to get you for that. I'm going to get you for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get you. Watch. You know I am.
Well, as usual, Shaq has a lot of very smart things to say.
Please, he's being too kind.
Shaq,
lying.
When I look out west, there are 2 teams that are interesting to me this year that maybe aren't getting as much press as some of the others. Dallas and Phoenix. What are your thoughts about their chances this year, Dallas and Phoenix?
Very young. They should go pretty far in the playoffs, but I don't think they have enough to beat the Lakers. The team that scares me, if they're on full throttle, no mistakes, everybody's healthy, I'm always scared of Portland. Because I think CJ and Dame, I think they're the best backcourt in basketball right now, those two, especially when they go going and they're shooting at a high rate. Clippers also scare me, but look, I need everybody to play at a high level. I want to see that. I want to see that Indiana Pacers Paul George, the aggressive Paul George, going through the hole, dunking, stepping out, shooting threes. I don't like seeing Paul when he goes up and down. I want to see the Indiana Pacers Paul, and Paul's been playing great, so I'm not going to jump on my guy Paul, but. If Paul could play at a high level with Kawhi playing at a high level, then yes, they can challenge the Lakers.
Shaq, talk to me about Novex Biotech. What's the deal?
Well, I wanted to be sexy like your husband. So, I was feeling lethargic. I tried everything. Mm-hmm. Yeah, listen, your husband is beautiful. He's sexy. I know he has a six-pack. I said, you know what? I'm looking like Charles Barkley now. My belly is hanging over my belt line. So when I tried Novex GF9, I got more active. I was sleeping through the night, and I have energy. And yes, Stephen A. Smith, I have a six-pack. I'll send you a text right now. Stephen A. Smith.
I'll deal with you later.
I'm
not going to say what I want to say. I'm not going to say what I want to say. You know damn well you don't have no six-pack.
See? Okay. Here's my phone.
Oh, Lord.
You haven't tried Novex. No. You haven't tried Novex Biotech, Stephen A.
He don't listen. Unless he lost about 30 pounds in 2 days.
I did.
When Shaq started taking Novex Biotech, he was 6'1".
Oh, God.
I got it.
Stephen A. Smith.
I got it.
Check your phone.
He just said it too. He said something too.
Yeah, check your phone.
You're ridiculous.
I don't even want to see it.
It's just ridiculous.
All right, President of the Big Man Alliance. Oh, my
What did he send you?
goodness.
Let's see it.
No, I ain't showing it.
Show it.
Why you gonna
show it.
What?
Go ahead, show it. Yeah.
Y'all can't see this. Go to the
Oh, is that a bathroom selfie?
He's sitting there with a
Yes,
six. He's trying to
is.
say it's a six-pack.
Yes,
He's trying to say
it
it's a six-pack. He just sent it to me.
That's not him. Get out of here.
What you mean? That's Molly. That's me. I'm telling you
he
right
took
now.
this a year ago. He took this a year or two ago.
When did you take that? When you were in the finals?
He saved it in his library and stuff. He just sent it to me. I ain't buying that.
I'm telling you,
what I
Molly.
saw.
Look,
Shaq, I want to see the
telling you
date
right
on
now.
that photo. That was in the archive.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness.
No.
All right, Shaq, I'm told you got to go. Always a good time. I knew you'd bring me a smile and a laugh. Stay safe. We'll talk to you soon.
Lose some damn weight.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
Shaq, he could do what he
You
wants.
see the picture? It's
It's 2 years old. It's 2 years
No,
old.
look at it.
It's 2
Look at
years
it. It says
old.
December 15th,
Look at that
2020.
background, please.
Shaq, you got to